Hello, 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 beautiful people. How are you today? Here we are, another episode of ACB Podcast, Amazing Community Bazaar podcast with me, Ingrid Galloway. I am a relationship coach and chief relaxation officer of Kayangan, and I am the founder of Zen Vibes Online, an online business focusing on furniture and homewares to bring more Zen vibes into your home. So today I am accompanied by Karen Thomson. Karen is a modern consultant and a mother of three adult children, aged 26, 30, and 33. And they all have entrepreneurial DNA in social media marketing, content creation, and financial freedom. Wow, you must be very proud of them. And as a single parent, when her youngest was 6 years old, she knew that there was more to what she was already doing. And then Karen became a trainer and assessor in early childhood and adult learning. And this sparked her confidence in speaking on topics that she knew, like the back of her head. She now works online in training and assessing for early childhood and is building her business in social marketing with Modere. Her partner, often referred to as Farmer Steve, which has now become his well known title both online and offline. He has been a cattle farmer for the last 15 years and self-employed landscaper for the previous 30 years. Wow, that's a long time. They are preparing for grey nomad travels with their caravan around Australia, whilst Karen continues to build her online presence. She refers herself now as a digital nomad and professional tourist. That professional tourist.
Love it.
Well, welcome, Karen.
Thank you.
So, tell me a little bit about yourself, Karen. What's your journey that gets you to where you are now?
Yeah, well, so I was a single mum, and my youngest was 6 years at the time. So they were 6, 10, and 14.
Mhm.
And I was just really doing my utmost best just to make ends meet
Mm,
and working really hard. So I was working in training and assessment, and I thought, there's got to be more to this.
mm,
Seriously. And because I asked my daughter once, and it was just out of the blue. And I said, so if I'm not here, because
yep,
I'm very spiritual, so we often talk about that, our
yep,
mortality. And if I was not here, what would you, and your children didn't get to know me,
mm,
how would you describe me? And
mm.
she said, oh, that's easy. I'd say you're a workaholic. And I thought, oh,
Ah,
and that raised a flag for me. I thought that's what my children are seeing. And
yes,
from my side, it was just I was doing the do as a
yep,
single mum, making sure that they were safe, had a roof over their head,
yes.
that I wasn't being with them. And I thought, okay, things need to change. And so that's where so I studied to be a life coach. I studied Reiki. So I dabbled in Reiki for a little while. And then I came across Modere
Yes.
by a girlfriend. And I thought, this is where I want to be. Yeah,
Mm.
definitely.
That's amazing, definitely. Sometimes we have to almost kind of like hit rock bottom to find our purpose, so to speak.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes. Now, what do you reckon is your greatest achievement to date?
Well, I think if you're talking to any mother, they're going to say their children. And I guess they have been a guiding light. So I have three beautiful children. And
Mm,
but to just take the plunge. So when they were little, I did the party plan from home where you would go to the homes and do the party plan thing. And so I didn't do that for too long.
mhm,
And I thought just making that connection again, because I had been using Modere for over a decade. We were
wow.
using it in the family home. And before I actually brought it on as a business.
Yeah.
So I guess taking that plunge, bringing in a private coach, I think that's very important. Even
Mhm,
coaches have coaches.
mm,
And so, in order to succeed, I think we just need that professional go to person that can help us along the way. So, that was probably my latest biggest achievement. Was just taking on board someone to guide me and help me
yes.
because it has made serious change to the business.
Very important because sometimes we can't see the pool for what it could be. It could be the biggest sea ever. We just see it as a swimming pool, right?
That's right.
With that support, with that help, we can open our eyes and our mind in a major way.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I
Yeah.
love that. Now, Karen, show me and tell me about your two bestsellers.
Well, having used the product for over 10 years,
Yes.
the house is filled with products, and I find it quite difficult to think, oh my goodness, the two core ones. So
Yes.
I'm just going to go with the two latest ranges that they have brought in because they are spectacular. One
Right.
is the women's range, which
Mhm.
concentrates on menstrual cycles, menopause, and the other is our new 5-day weight management program. So just quickly to talk about that. So
Yeah.
whether you're in just menstrual, so early young adult women,
Mhm.
menstrual cycles, or perimenopause. I always joke about that because when the doctor told me I was in perimenopause, I immediately thought of Nando's peri chicken. And so I thought, who created this name? But what I love about the new support packs, and these have just come out, so they arrive in these beautiful packs like this from Modere. And
Nice.
so I actually organised the menstrual pack for my daughter. And so they're providing products that help with women on a daily basis just to keep that health.
Yeah.
But one in particular is the new product, which we call the Over M. And I love this
Mm.
name because we're so over
Yes.
menstrual, menopause, postmenopause, whatever it is, we are so over it. So I'm loving that name. It's really
I
catchy.
love that name.
Yeah,
Yes. I'm
yeah.
over it. I'm over it.
No, yeah. So with the perimenopause and the menopause, this is the main product that is in the pack. But I'm simply loving it because it's finally time to
Yes.
address those women's health issues. So that's my number one favorite. But then also my number two favorite is our new weight management program, and it's called the 5-day
Right.
drop, but we're calling it the 5-day slim down kickstart. And so this is a program. Program is free.
Mhm.
It's based on 5 products. So if anybody would like to seriously start dropping those kilos,
Mhm.
we need to have a chat. Farmer Steve and I have been on this for 2 months, and we've
Yeah.
both lost around, probably say 6 to 7 kilos each. And it's
Wow.
just been fantastic. We feel so great. So it's just a natural way of doing this. So
Right.
yeah.
And how many products in the slim
So there are
package?
5. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So we've got a few mineral supports. We've got
Mm-mm.
a digestive enzyme, which
Mm.
helps with digesting that food in the
Yeah.
meals that we are having. We've got probiotic, what we call a phyto greens powder, which is just putting back all of that green goodness into our body as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but yeah, some great
Amazing.
products there.
Powerful combo sounds like.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
totally.
And
Yeah.
what about your most favorite product? Like one product that you just absolutely love?
Um, Look, I'm just going to have to go with that slim down because it has made such a huge impact
Mhm.
on my life, Farmer Steve's life, because I saw a photo. I visited my children just before Christmas, and
Yes.
I hadn't even had all of the festive eating yet.
Right.
And there was a photo of myself with my children. And you know what it's like it's only when you see that photo of yourself, you
Yeah.
think, seriously, I look like that? I didn't realize how much weight I was carrying, and this made a huge improvement. So I just feel so much full of life and energy. And this is not a diet; this is a
Mm.
lifestyle for us
Mm.
now, and we're feeling so much better for it. So that has to be my
Amazing.
key favorite. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Love hearing that. And if you can advise your younger self, I mean, you've gone through so much in your life, ups and downs, successes and failures, if you want to call it failures, um, on how to be an amazing person, what would you say?
I would just have to pass on the message that to believe in yourself, that is so
Mm,
important. In order for us to achieve, we have to have that. keep that focus.
Mm.
Know that there is going to be fear, but that's how we grow. It's about
Yes.
pushing through that fear and knowing that at the end of the day, you're going to be taken care of. Everything. So you have a future destined for you. And if you can just take that time to just know that you will be taken care of, believe in yourself, and know that there is more coming.
Wonderful. So
Yeah.
wise. I love you, Karen. That is so awesome. Now, lastly, tell me a funny story. I'm a very cheeky person, so I always love hearing funny stories.
I was trying to think of a funny story, and but I came up with a little bit of a really, it's an uncanny story, really unimaginable. So, very briefly, my father, and it was only him and his sister in the family. When they were very young, 3 and 4, their parents divorced.
Mhm.
So the dad took his sister, the mum took my father.
Mm.
They did not see one another until my father found her 50 years later. It
50
was a first
years. Wow.
50 years. He had been told, or his sister had been told, that he had gone back to England with his mother. So she just virtually wiped the opportunity of ever seeing him again. And so 50 years later, he was on the phone. First time I ever saw my father cry.
Oh, wow.
And she had been living in WA for most of this time, and he could not believe that all these years had passed. So anyway, so he and Mum are on the plane, and so my parents were older. Dad was
Mm.
actually a prisoner of war of Changi back in the day, and so he had made its arrangement that he would wear his cap, and he would put a feather in his cap, and so when they hopped off the plane,
Mhm.
his sister would look for that feather. Well, on the plane, where's the feather? Can't find the feather. How am I gonna know my sister? Like all the people at Perth Airport, how I can't find my feather. Where's my feather? Could not find the feather. And so I think that's the funny part of it. And because when he got off the plane,
Yes.
it was a bit of like a love story. When you see the two lovers running towards one another on the beach,
Yes.
she looked exactly like her mother,
Oh.
and he looked exactly like his father.
Oh, wow.
So they recognized one another straight away.
Recognize even without the feather.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, how magical is
yeah.
that? How
And then later on, he
magical.
found the feather in his top jacket. So yeah,
Not on the hat.
but so that
Oh,
brought to me, I thought
beautiful.
that's something that we can carry with us, knowing that just be yourself
Yeah.
because the rest will be taken care of.
Yes.
People will see the real you and just trust in the process because, yeah, whatever is destined for us, we will achieve that. Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh
Mhm.
my God, that is just such a touching story. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing. Now, beautiful people, I've had so much fun with Karen and learning more about herself and her business. I hope you had fun too. If you haven't yet connected with Karen, please do so. At the end of this podcast, you will see her link. And so get to know Karen and her beautiful self and her beautiful products. If you are not yet a member of Amazing Community Bazaar, please, at the end of this podcast, you will see the link to join us. So there you go. Come and join us. We don't bite. We love people. We love supporting people, just like Karen and myself. You know, if you could feel our positive energy and loving energy, we are like this every day. Okay. So there you go, beautiful people. Until the next podcast episode, keep well and lots of love. Bye. Thank you,
Mhm.
Karen.
Bye.